Leadership is not a title. It is a series of decisions made in rooms that don't clap for you. You learn early that waiting for permission is expensive and that silence will cost you a seat. So you gather your courage, you gather clarity, you gather the audacity to speak even when your voice shakes. This is a sit at the table. Welcome. I'm Janice Matwi. Hi there. We're still talking about courage. The courage to form the right relationships on our own terms. But this week I want to talk about the flawed nature of first impressions. They say first impressions matter. I say no. First impressions are steeped in bias. We tend to give people labels once we see them walk into a room. But that is deeply flawed. A number of people have lost out on good relationships because they felt the person had nothing to offer. Imagine walking into a room looking for a CEO of a new startup and you're looking for somebody wearing a suit, only to find it's the 53-year-old person that you walked past and didn't say hello to. That's how opportunities are lost. First impressions are steeped in bias. We often look at people a certain way because of our own biases. You have to be aware of the biases that are ingrained in us. They say that the brain processes over 40 million pieces of information in a minute. And so it makes shortcuts. And in those shortcuts, it adds tags. When you walk into a room, you look at people and give them tags. The tall one, the short one, the fat one. But we never really think about the person behind that label. And that's what takes away from us in building the right relationships. We think that what a person wears signals who they are in society. That's not usually the case. We think how a person speaks shows how much knowledge they have. There are so many people that carry around knowledge, but are not very chatty. And sometimes it takes you getting to ask them what they do for a living for them to share who they are. So forget about first impressions. They don't matter. Chart your own way to building the right relationships. I've often walked into rooms and people ask for my boss. They ask for the CEO and what time the CEO is coming. And a lot of the times, relationships are strained after that when they find out I am the chief executive they're there to meet. And so it's important that you remove the bias and your blind spots and walk into a room without any labels on anyone. It can be hard, but it can be done. So the next time you're in a room, strike up a conversation with the most unlikely character you find. You just never know what you will find. And they might just help you get the right seat at the table. Till next time, expand the table and be courageous on how you form relationships.